Why are you here? Why are you on this planet at this time? What are you here for? What is your life's purpose? And are you living it? Where in the trajectory of the layered journey of self-discovery are you? Do you know what your life's purpose is? Do you want to know what your life's purpose is? So, well, yeah. As a generalization, the women that I work with and the women that are attracted to working with me are seeking accelerated personal evolution. So they are really done with slow and incremental and maybe next year and maybe in the next decade. It's like now. Now is the time for me to take ownership of my own life. Now is the time for me to reclaim the quality of my own mind, right? So they're looking to shed the cultural conditioning that says you can't and you should and you must and you ought and all that sort of stuff that comes up from cultural conditioning. They're here to actually embrace their authentic selves. And it's like, you may have no clue what that is. I sure didn't when I started. And, I was a trained yoga teacher at that time. But I was looking, right? Like I was actively seeking to discover. And what I wanted to discover most of all is how to transform the relationship with myself, because I was really done relying on drugs to help me feel better about my shitty life. So I wanted to take the lead in my own life. I wanted to become the powerful woman that I know myself to be. So then I discovered this process that I shared with you a little bit about. And I mean, it is so deep. um, and it takes presence to actually engage it. So I discovered that this works for me. And so I've decided that I want to share that with the world, because whatever else I was doing in my life suddenly became insignificant and not important. So this is, as a generalization, this is what the women that I work with are looking for, some elements of this, and they definitely don't have the words of personal accelerated evolution. Like, who talks like that? But they're looking for that nonetheless. So this is the WEL-Systems way of life, right? Like all of the things that I've described is part of the WEL-Systems way of life, right? So we talked about that the body is the key, right? The body reveals to you the truth of your experience. It cannot lie. Your body does not know how to lie. It has no intention to do so. Your intellect can do that. Only your intellect lies. So think about that, if you're in front of the truck thing, right? Like your body will let you know in a nanosecond, move back. So it's the same thing with any and all decisions in life. Your body is the filter, the perceptual filter. So it's like the glasses that receive, processes, creates, and transmits signals. So this is the language that we use in WEL-Systems. There's different signals. There's the signals from the essence of what I am, the truth of my own experience. Then there's the signals from a cultural conditioning and the signals that I've internalized as real. So it's all right if you don't know, what I'm talking about. It's fine. Your intellect is a selection tool. So your intellect is like the mouse on a keyboard where it's designed to actually choose. It's not designed to process. So we have been taught to give the mouse of our computer, the intellect, the job of the processing. Doesn't work. It cannot choose. What chooses is the hardwiring, right, of the body. In a WEL-Systems way of life, we presuppose that every response is an intelligent response. And that beyond your judgments and habits, there's genius there. So there's a genius to the way that you navigated the world until now, and it may not be serving you anymore. I don't know. Transformation requires space, which is intention. So how intentionally do you move about your life? Movement, which demands attention, and flow, which becomes the invitation. So space, movement, and flow are imperative to actually moving through the world in an intuitive way from the moment that you're in. There are no accidents in the universe. No accidents in the universe. Everything is intelligent and everything is unfolding exactly as it should. And this one takes a while to wrap your head around, but nonetheless, it is true. And wholeness is your birthright. It is your birthright.